Start now.
Okay. Can we pray? Thank you, Heavenly Father, for the amount that we return back to you. May you bless each hand that you've given and those that have not been able to give at this moment. And thank you for the jobs that you give us, that we may work and contribute towards furthering your work. Lord, may this money go further in doing good in your work, and may many souls be brought to you through the use of this money. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
The spread's so abroad, that's all. I'm not expecting that. Okay, no problem. I'll stand here. Good morning, young ones.
Good morning.
I was your age just 5 or 6 years ago. Shh. No one knows the truth. 5 or 6 years ago, give or take. Give or take. The message, sorry, start again. The little story I've got today for you is one of 4 short stories that I've written over the years. And it's very relevant to my sermon today. It is called, is it up there? The 23rd Rematch. Does anyone here know what a rematch is, by the way, before I start? You're too old. Anyone else? You. Something you do again. Yes, exactly. Something you do again. Maybe you didn't get it right the first time. Depends which side of the fence you want. If you're a champion, well, you don't want one. If you're a challenger, you know what you do. But yes, something you do again. Now, this short story, I'm going to really paraphrase it for you, is about a path. Now, it's a theoretical story, because it's a modern day story, but in my story, the Apostle Paul is still alive and he's living. And what it is, the story is about a pastor of a small church, and this pastor loved the Lord with all his heart. He was never arrogant, never boastful. He wanted nothing but good things for everyone in his church and for himself. And he was full of the Holy Spirit, and he wants to prove to his congregation one day the power of God and the power of the Holy Spirit. So he said to them, in front of you all, with the Holy Spirit, I am going to walk on water. And his congregation was like, really? He said, we'll all go down to the river like they did. They had a Sabbath day's blessing. And the man tried to walk on water, and he failed. He thought, very well, the Lord has not found me worthy today. Some time went past, the man tried again. And he tried again, and he tried again, and he tried again. He actually tried a total of 22 times. He didn't understand what was going on, because this man was not the sort of person who'd use it to brag, to glorify himself. He loved the Lord with all his heart. So he thought, I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but the Apostle Paul, he seems like a good straight-up bloke. He knows his stuff. I'm going to ask him for some help. So he got onto WhatsApp. Yes, onto WhatsApp. Apostle Paul said, look, could you come and join me? I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong. I'm using the Holy Spirit, but for some reason, I'm failing. Paul said, I'll tell you what. Invite the congregation down to the river, and this time I will come along on that day, and I'll witness. And this pastor was over the moon because the Apostle Paul's joining him. It's like, oh, this is fantastic. This is the man. Wrote 17 books of the New Testament. Great. Sabbath came, they all went down to the river as always. And Paul said, okay, do your thing. I'm praying for you. The pastor did what he did every time. He got up, he said a great prayer. He went down to the river, removed his socks and his shoes and pulled his trousers up and said, Lord, are you with me now? I know I've been shortcoming in the past, but I know you love me, I know you're with me. He put one foot on the water and fell straight through. Again, 2 feet up to his knees. The man bowed his head and said, "The Lord today has found me unworthy again." He got out of the water, he prayed, he had the Sabbath days blessed with his church, they all still loved the Lord, they went their separate ways. The man at the end went to the Apostle Paul and said, "I don't get it. You know my heart's in the right place. You know I love the Lord. What am I doing wrong?" Before I give the answer, did anyone here notice the mistake of the man? Any of the young ones first, you notice the mistake? Go on. Yes, he was saying that, but he was also giving glory to God. Anyone else before I give you the answer? Any adults? Okay, I'll call you an adult. Well, what is it? That's not the mistake. I'll tell you what it was. Paul said to him, "Have you the same thing every week?" He goes, "Exactly the same thing. You saw me pray. You know I fast. I follow the 10 Commandments. I even follow the 600 plus commandments in Leviticus. I follow everything. I don't understand what I'm doing wrong." And Paul said to him, "Why did you remove your socks and your shoes and roll your trousers up?" He goes, "What do you mean? Why did you remove them?" "Well, I didn't want to get them wet." If you believed you can walk on water, why were you preparing for failure the whole time? And this is the message I want to give to you now. That's the biggest problem we have as a church, and me especially sometimes. I want you to turn to read from Matthew chapter 17. I'm going to read from verse 14 onwards. Matthew 17, verse 14 onwards. Tell me you're there. Matthew chapter 7, verse 14 says, "Now, and when they had come to the multitude, a man came to him, kneeling down to him and saying, 'Lord, have mercy on my son, for he is an epileptic and suffers severely, for he often falls into the fire and often into the water. I brought him to your disciples, but they could not cure him.' Jesus answered and said, 'O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him here to me.' And Jesus rebuked the demon, and it came out of him, and the child was cured from that very hour. Then the disciples came to Jesus privately." Notice how it's always privately. When you're embarrassed, it's always privately. And said, "Why could we not cast it out?" Jesus said to them, "Because of your unbelief. For assuredly I say to you, if you have the faith as a mustard seed, you will say to this mountain, 'Move from here to there,' and it will move, and nothing will be impossible for you." This is the problem I want to emphasize today. If we are planning to use God's power, why are we also planning for failure, just in case it goes wrong? Jesus says, "You're either with me or against me. You can't be lukewarm." Thank you for listening.
Amen.